Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Hard mode. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex Cuff, this is Off the Cuff, and welcome back to episode 4 of our Crash Bandicoot 2 Hard Mode Let's Play. Now, the first thing I'm going to do in this episode is get the red gem from level 2. And we access the red gem through level 7, Air Crash. That might not make too much sense at the moment, but it will make sense once I show you. Because there are 5 hidden level exits in this game. That is not it. Okay, but hidden in 5 levels in this game are hidden warp zones to get to the secret Warp Room 6. And one of them is in this level. But how do we get there? Well, you may notice nothing because it's not on screen, but that platform right there, shouldn't you bounce to it and boom. You can't get there through jet ski, so you have to know to bounce across. Now, how do you know that there's an exit there? Well, you don't, but you go through the level and you realize there's a platform there, and you may wonder, well, I'm gonna get there just for fun. And you get there, and oh my god, here we are in Warp Room 6 with 5 level entrances to secret paths through levels. Level 7, level 2, level 14, and hidden levels 26 and 27, only accessible through the Warp Room. You may notice, boom, that is one of the islands from Crash 1. Nice little Easter egg. But here's Snowgo. Taking this path through Snowgo will allow you access to the red gem. It's not a box gem, so I'm allowed to die as much as I want. Because once I collect the gem, well, I've got it. I can't take it back. This path is coated in ice, which means the aforementioned hideous ice physics are a real problem. I made a point of saying no more fruit left behind, so I'm going to get these. No, I'm not. I got a new life, that's all that matters. Oh, I didn't know you could bounce on that. Never mind the whole no life left behind thing, one fruit left behind thing rather. I'm just going to speed through this, because there's some Wumpa fruit even I'm not stupid enough to go for. Oh, thank god. Like these ones, for example. And Activation Mask. See what I mean about the ice physics? Oh damn. Ooh, I missed all those Wumpa fruit. I thought I missed the gem as well. But you see what I mean about the ice physics? I hit that steel block, and I kept moving after I jumped several seconds later. Now I'm just going to speed through the rest of the level because I don't need to get any more boxes. I've already got the box gem. I'm just trying to beat the level now. So I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can. Damn. Did not mean to do that. We have our red gem. And that is Warp Room 1. 100% completed. We do not have to ever revisit Warp Room 1. I always like to do the revisits before I begin the Warp Room, the next Warp Room proper. Because I'm OCD. So now we have access to, now we can do Warp Room 2. I'm going to make a start on that right now, starting with level 6, Snow Biz, another snow level. Another snow levels, I think I just said then. Now that red gem path is meant to be much harder, but I happen to come in with enough Aku masks to make it look like a joke. Oh dear. I meant to bounce in that box, I accidentally bounced on the TNT crate. Now I will never get the contents of that box. Might have been Wumpa fruit, might have been alive. Warp Room 2. Not much I can say about it yet, except more invincibility! RIP headphone users. And a red gem platform, which we can only access after we've obtained the red gem from level 2, meaning that you have to know about the hidden exit in level 7 in order to get it. A lot of the colored gems are like that, actually. In fact, all of the colored gems are basically there's a secret, and figure out what the secret is, gain access to the gem, and therefore its respective colored path. That's another reason why I like this game a lot, at least compared to the third game. Because the colored gems, they were more intriguing to find and therefore collect. In the third game, basically every colored gem was hidden behind a skull and crossbones path. And we'll get to those fairly soon. Skull and crossbones paths, that is. Ooh. Get out of there! This whole section is really nice, actually. It becomes a platforming challenge based around slide jumping, which was a new mechanic in this game, and I like that they made this entire path basically trying to learn slide jumping, the ins and outs, as quickly as possible. Then we have this section, which is basically just a nightmare for the OCD person in me who doesn't like leaving one foot behind, because you basically can't avoid it here. See, look, I just spun away most of them. Nah, that'll do. So you have to slide to get past that with it before it crushes you. You have to slide to get over that pit, I'm assuming. I haven't tried not sliding. You definitely have to slide past this one. I barely made that. None of the other slammer things go down that fast. It's mainly just, oh, and you have to slide over those nitros as well. This whole section, actually, I think I've already said this, but I just want to reiterate it. It's a really nice platform challenge. Oh, even with side jumping, you have to be very precise, because I barely made it over that gap. And you may have noticed a lot of boxes in that path, meaning that you have to have the red gem from Snow Go in order to get the box gem from this level. And there's no silver gem at the end of that path. So the only reason... Oh, damn. The only reason you go into that section is because there's boxes in it to get the box gem. Oh, damn. Okay. I'm talking nonsense at the moment. That's because I'm really concentrating. This level has a lot of boxes, and it's kind of a long level comparatively, at least compared to the levels we've done so far. And I don't want to mess it up and have to redo it all. The long levels especially are going to be a pain to have to revisit if we die. Here we are in the bonus section. This is another reason I like this game a lot. The bonus rounds actually incorporate platforming challenges from the level. For example, there's ice in this level. In later levels, it incorporates some of the platforming challenges from those levels. In the third game, the bonus rounds were just basic platforming. It didn't really rely on any of the gimmicks of the levels they're from, which I kind of miss. Oh, damn! I thought I was going too slow. But the good news is we didn't lose a life because it was just a bonus round. We don't have to restart the level. Nice little loophole I gave myself there. I kind of thought this might happen. I'm being really quiet. There we go. Had to sacrifice the Wombat Fruit, but worth it to beat the level. See, look at that. We're already at 100 boxes in the level and we're not even done yet. Get the life. Checkpoint, and here we are. Jungle rollers, or snow rollers. These things were in the first game, and they were a pretty cool concept. I'm glad they were brought back for this one. Dang. Did not mean to slide at that angle. Now I'm Aquaculus, which is always a bit frightening. Especially when you're facing jungle rollers. Get out of there! Okay, good. And that's the level. We beat it. Well, I beat it. Anyway. Alright, now on to level 7, which we started doing in the previous run, or earlier in the episode rather. I briefly thought it was in the previous episode, but no. We started this episode... I can't talk anymore. We started this level earlier in the episode. We left it early. Well, we're going to be doing that again, because we cannot get the box gem for this level yet. We have to access the secret entrance that we saw in Warp Room 6. Meaning, I can die as much as I want in this level, and I won't have to reset, as I'm not going for a box. I'm not going for a box gem, so to speak. But if I die before I reach a certain point, I will still have to reset. Because this level has a skull and crossbones path. Flashback to earlier when I foreshadowed that there was such a thing as a skull and crossbones path. What is a skull and crossbones path, I hear you ask? Well, skull and crossbones platforms allow you to access new parts of the level if you haven't died up until that point. If you die before you stand on a skull and crossbones platform, you cannot access the platform for the rest of the level. If you stand on the platform and then die, it will remain open. In the American version, which is the version I'm emulating. Apparently, for some reason in the PAL version, if you die in a skull and crossbones path, it cuts off for you. You cannot access it again, which is kind of stupid. But now we're here on the skull and crossbones path. This is the path we're going to get our specific gem on for beating. Wasn't going to risk that. This level is terrifying. This path is terrifying, rather. Mainly because this section up ahead is full of nitro crates. They're everywhere. Damn. So as you can imagine, you kind of want to save your Aku masks. I use them effectively, and that's all that matters. Don't miss the gem. There we go. So we've got the crystal and the gem for the level, meaning we can move on for now. Like I said, you cannot get the box gem for that level until later on. I've got a bit of time, so I'm going to move on to level 8 now. Beerus. This level is one of my favorites. I love it a lot. Except for a section at the end, which is just bad. I'm not going to jump... For those of you who know this game, you can jump on the bear 10 times to get 10 lives. I'm not going to do it because as you can see I already have 65 lives. Let's enter Bear It. So you may remember from the first game, there was a level type where you rode a hog throughout the level. Endless running, couldn't move backwards. Same thing here, except it's a far cuter baby polar bear. And it's much more hectic now. It's a lot tighter. It's a lot more free to control. It's superior in every way. You can dash with circle, which is also new. And that happened. I missed the box and I can't go back for it. But because I haven't accessed the checkpoint yet, I don't have to reset the level. Because if I would leave and then come back in, it's basically the same effect. I'm starting from the beginning again. It was the same in Crash 1, so I'm allowed to do that. It's only once I hit a checkpoint that hard mode takes effect. Now, Why did I say that most of this level was good? Well, there is a certain configuration of... God damn it. There is a certain configuration of boxes towards the end of the level that is very hard to get. And you'll see what I mean when I get to it. That particular cluster that I keep missing is also fairly challenging. I don't think I've ever had this much of a problem with it before, though. I also like this music a lot, so I'm not talking as much as I should be. Got it. You can dash to kill the seals as well. I'm not going to do that because I don't need to. Crystal get. And now orca whales are trying to kill us. At the very least, there's no penguins in this level. There are penguins in this game, but not in this level, because polar bears and penguins do not exist in the same environment. Thank God Crash knows its biology. Biology? No. That's not what that is. I don't know what the study of animals' habitats is. I know it's not biology, though. Alright, that particular cluster of crates is coming up now. It's not that one crate, it's these three. They are challenging and I missed it. No, I'm going to die properly, like I said. This is basically the end of Crash Dash all over again. I am likely going to miss these a couple of times. I'll try one more time, and then if I fail, I'll end the episode. But I don't mind making it longer because I like Beerus. And it's fairly quickly. It's fairly quick to get through. That is unless I miss that one cluster at the beginning as well. I should be talking because I said I wasn't cutting this out. By the way, what I'm doing there, the dash jumping. Oh, for God's sake. Dash jumping, like I was doing briefly, is the fastest way to move while on the polar bear. That is the speedrun strategy that speedrunners of this game use. They do circle jump. So that slide jumping, or at least the button input to do a slide jump, is quicker while on the polar bear. Unsure if it's quicker than running while you're on foot. Or a Bandicoot foot at the very least, because we're on polar bear foot at the moment. Alright, come on. Got it. I'm pretty sure that cluster of 3 boxes towards the end is the final boxes in the level, apart from... No, they're not the final boxes in the level then. I believe there are a few after it. By the way, if you're too close to those TNT crates, they will kill you. For some reason, when I was a kid, I could never get past those TNT crates specifically without being blown up. I have no idea why. I have never died on that section since being a little stupid kid. And here we go. Now we're close to the section. Oh, by the way, this is another one of those level types where you cannot bring any Akabaku masks into the level. So I didn't mind that I lost both my Akabaku masks towards the end of Air Crash there. Ah, for God's sake. Well, true to my word, I'm ending the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I apologize if this becomes the new Crash Dash. My name is Alex Cuff, this has been Off the Cuff, and I will see you next time.